Hey guys, it's James here from TheZeroBasedBudget.com. Today I'll be setting up a demo budget to walk you through how the platform works and show you the power of zero-based budgeting. If you're new to it, zero-based budgeting means giving every dollar a job. So by the end of the month, your income minus your expenses equals zero. It's a simple, intentional way to plan where your money goes before you spend it. We'll cover how to set that up using the budget dashboard and how to manage your day-to-day cash flow using the spending schedule. By the end of this walkthrough, you'll have a solid understanding of how to plan, track, and stay in control of your finances. Let's get into it. We are going to say it's going to be a husband who makes, let's say, $3,000 a month. And let's say we have a wife, let's say monthly, right? Husband monthly. Okay. So we're saying, this couple makes, let's see. So we'll say $2,800. So they make a combined new income after taxes of $5,800. So income's one of the most important parts of any budget. You need to know how much you make. So from here, let's say you want to do some savings, right? Because savings are important. Savings account, $500 a month. 401k, that's $300. And as you can see, our income is being deducted. It's being subtracted. Our next expense is housing. Rent is $1,500. Don't know where you live. Could be different, but in this example, it's $1,500. So I'm going to say utilities, and I'm going to say utilities are $200. But the way that I actually like doing it is breaking it down even lower. So I like getting into the nitty gritty. I'd say electric is X. I say water is this. I say gas is X. But for this example, I'm just going to combine them for time's sake. So I'm going to say my utilities is $200 a month. Internet, let's say $60. Also, these are movable if you want to. So by clicking that, you can move these. You can move categories if you'd like to as well. So if you want to put housings above savings, that's also fine. And then we're going to say, let's say groceries. We're going to spend about $500 a month. Okay, so I added everything and you see my remaining income is zero. So now every dollar is allocated. And that's the important part of the zero-based budget. So now I kind of just want to show you some other things you can do with the application. So if you were to go grocery shopping, I can hit the plus icon over here and I can say, I went to Meijer. Okay. And I spent $150. And let's add that transaction. And now you can see, I went to Meijer. I went to Meijer on this date and I spent this amount of money. And you can always see that by going back to the plus icon and it'll load back the transactions for that given line item and you can delete it. And if you can see, it reflects the remaining balance. So if I was to go back and I'd say I did go to Meijer, okay, and I spent $100, and if you noticed, I had a remaining of $500, and I add my transaction, you see I have $400 left. So now by looking at this how much you're allowed to spend for the rest of the month. So the spending schedule essentially allows you to see your money over time and manage your cash flow better. So you can see exactly when your money is going to leave your account and then what your account will be at after it leaves your account. This also includes income, which is actually adding to your account. So let's say from the previous month, we had a ending balance of $3,000. So that would actually be your buffer for March. So you'd enter your buffer here and say, you're between months, this is how much you're going to be rolling over to your account on the 1st. And sometimes it could be zero, and that's okay. As long as you know that you have enough money to make it through for the next month. But this tool will also help you not overdraft. So let's get into it though. So let's say the husband here gets paid every 2 weeks. So let's say he gets paid the 7th, and then not this Friday, but then it gets paid on the 21st. The spending schedule will actually split that evenly. So you'll see that he's going to get paid on the 7th and he's going to get paid on the 21st. And that's a really cool feature. I also like doing that for groceries. So generally we go grocery shopping once a week as well. So I'm going to split this here. So now you'll see that on March 1st, we're going to go grocery shopping. It's going to subtract $100 from our account. And then we're going to go shopping on the 8th, another $100. And so you can see that it splits it, which is a really nice feature of the spending schedule. This is going to show you when money is coming out of your account. And a good way to find all these transactions, it takes a little bit of work, but you're going to have to go through your transactions that you can get through your bank. They usually give you a PDF or a CSV file, and it'll show you your recurring subscriptions and essentially the dates that everything comes out of your account. So you just got to figure that out. Let's say this was electricity. I know my electricity comes out on like the 11th. I would come in here. I'd say electricity comes out on the 11th. And then now you see that, assuming this is the money that you had in your account for your buffer, and you didn't have anything come in as far as income, that on the 11th, you'd still have $1,800 after that comes out. Same thing with grocery shopping. You have $1,700 on the 15th after the $100 comes out for grocery shopping. Another cool feature of the spending schedule, but kind of just the zero-based budget in general, is the rollover feature. So if you see in April, you can start a clean slate if you would like, or you can copy your budget. Let me get rid of this from the previous month. So you can roll it over. And the cool thing about this is it not only copies over your full budget, but it also copies over your spending schedule so you don't have to redo it. So, and it also takes into account that the different days of the month. So we try and align it, so if rent comes out on the 1st, it's always going to be the 1st. If it comes out on the 31st, well, some months don't have 31 months. So it comes out on, like the 30th, for example. One other feature I forgot to demo was essentially a overdraft feature, in the sense of if you see red, this means that your account is going to be negative. So as you can see that there was only $325 in the account after this transaction on the 1st. There's another transaction. Let's say this goes to the 2nd, which is just to show you the split. So at the end of April 1st, there should have been $325 in the account. And now we can see on April 2nd, that this big expense is going to come in. So this big expense is $1,225, which will put your account in the negative. So you're going to have to figure out how to shift your money to make this work. So, and this is just an example, but let's say, for some reason we could actually get paid on the 2nd. So now you can see that if the husband's supposed to get paid on the 2nd now, that you're no longer overdrafting. And I truly believe this will set you up to have a better financial future. And I'm also available to help. There's also more information here, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you had any feedback, please let me know. Thanks.